you're experiencing symptoms of pelvic organ prolapse, maybe you've had kids in the past, you're going through menopause, or now you're just noticing some weakness, pressure, heaviness down in the pelvic area, well, you're not alone. This affects more women than we talk about. And pelvic organ prolapse can be helped with natural solutions and the right types of exercises to help down there, not necessarily just kegels. Many women are told to do kegels, but not all people need the same approach. And that's why having some strength and stability around your pelvic area is important, but not just tensing and tightening those muscles of the pelvis are going to do the trick. In this video today, I'm going to guide you through the right exercises to address that whole area to help stability, control, and ease symptoms of prolapse. This will help you feel stronger and more confident in your body and empower you that you are taking steps to get the right approach and to have more control and stability around your pelvis area. My name is Dr. Dawn Andalone. I'm a pelvic floor specialist and a women's health physical therapist and Pilates instructor. And many women are told to just strengthen and tighten those muscles all the time. But if you don't have an approach by working the entire core, working on breathing and working that whole area, then you won't get the best outcome. Many women don't realize their pelvic floor is weakening unless they experience symptoms of bladder, incontinence, leaking, pelvic pain or pressure, or even back pain. So in this video, we're going to go over the proper way to really strengthen the muscles for support, the key mistakes to avoid, and exercises for long-term relief. So the pelvic floor, these muscles in red, they're meant to support your pelvic organs, and they're best supporting your hips, your back, all your muscles around in this area. They have to work together to support those pelvic organs, help with sexual function, and also just provide that stability when you're moving around. Sometimes these muscles are actually tense, tight, and shortened, and therefore, if you're just doing Kegel exercises and strengthening solely these muscles, then you're not going to get the outcome and result because those muscles are already holding a lot of tension there. So we need to learn how to let them go and breathe through it and get them to relax, along with contract and get more strength in them as well. But they can't get stronger if they're already holding a lot of tension there. So signs your pelvic floor is weak is if you're leaking urine or you've been very constipated and maybe you're holding those pelvic muscles very tight and tense. You're even feeling some pressure or heaviness down in the pelvic area. You have difficulty emptying your bowel or bladder, or you have lower back pain or hip pain that doesn't improve with the stretching you're doing. So let's start with some simple exercises that are going to help support that whole area and really address stability around that prolapse to improve your symptoms and make you feel better. The first exercise we're going to go through is diaphragmatic breathing. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you know I love to start here because this way we're going to get more air down into the belly, into the pelvis, and allow those pelvic muscles to release and let go. So we're going to start with our hands over your lower abdominal area below your navel. You'll breathe into your hands, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Go ahead and repeat that about 5 to 10 times, feeling your belly rise and fall. And just getting that air down lower into your pelvic cavity instead of breathing up from your neck and shoulders. You can also imagine breathing into your back and breathing into your ribs. And as you do that, you'll be able to let that diaphragm do its job where it has to move up and down as your breathing muscle or the top part of the core. So do a couple more with me, and on your own, you can work on this about 5 to 10 times.
The more you practice that, the better you'll get at it. Sometimes it's hard and we tend to breathe from up in our chest. So really concentrate, use your hands for cueing because that will also help tell your brain where that air needs to go. Okay, the next one is a pelvic floor lift. So we are going to stay fully relaxed on our inhale. You're going to take an inhale in through your nose, like the last exercise. And then as you exhale, imagine at the vaginal opening that you're pulling a blueberry, pulling a marble, whatever you want to think of, pulling it in and up toward your navel. And then you're going to release on your inhale. And then exhale, pull that marble in and up. So little, like an elevator, lifting up, you want to go from the vaginal opening and pulling in and up without squeezing your butt muscles. So we're not tensing there, we're just pulling in through the vaginal muscles. And you can repeat this about 5 to 10 times. Notice, are you really tensing your legs to do it, or can you do it strictly from those vaginal muscles? Release on your inhale, and then exhale, engage, and lift up. So that's a pelvic floor lift. I like this on your back because you can keep everything relaxed and just really focus on where you're pulling in those muscles rather than trying to tense everything. Okay, next one is a heel slide. So we're gonna imagine that pelvis here, your hip bones are gonna stay real stable. You're not gonna get a lot of rocking and moving. So we're gonna pull those muscles in through our pelvic muscles like we did on the last exercise, and you'll feel a little tension under your belly button there. And we're gonna slide one leg along the floor without rocking the pelvis. And I'm gonna slide the other one out and bring it back in. You keep everything tense through your midsection here without moving. And make sure you're not holding your breath, okay? And pulling those muscles in. And I'm gonna do about 5 to 10 slides on each side. You can go slow so that way you focus on not moving. Is your pelvis rocking? Okay, that one is the heel slide. Probably one of my favorites is a glute bridge. So we imagine that pulling in and up from those pelvic muscles. So this is beyond a kegel. You want to use your breathing with it. So we inhale first, we stay relaxed, and then exhale, pull those muscles in, and then we're going to lift our hips up on your exhale. Inhale, as you lower back down, let those muscles go. And exhale, pull those muscles in and lift up and back down. So we're pulling the vaginal muscles in on our way up from the bridge. And then you can kind of let those muscles go as you go back down. I want you to do 10 of those glute bridges. Great, because you get your hips and your core and everything all working together there.
Okay, the last one is a bird dog exercise. We are on all fours. My back is flat like a tabletop. I'm keeping the lower belly muscles hugged in a little bit, but notice I'm not rounding my back. I'm gonna stay in a nice flat position with my spine. And then I'm gonna extend my opposite arm and leg without a lot of rocking and rolling through my hips. I'm gonna breathe as I extend. Same idea, don't get a lot of wiggling in your hips. Imagine that you have a bowl of water on your lower back and it's not gonna move. And you're gonna do about 5 to 10 on each side there. That is gonna work those little muscles around your spine that help control that rotation and movement. It's the back part of your core, and it has to work together with your pelvic floor, with your abs, and with your diaphragm if you are breathing at the same time, which you should be. So I have a lot more exercises in my pelvic floor Pilates program. I'll link down below. It's actually a full 15-minute series that I guide you through, like you're doing an exercise class with me, but it's a Pilates mat-based exercise class and can be done at all levels, especially if you have bladder leaks, if you have prolapse, if you have back pain, and you're looking for guidance, especially on how to engage the pelvic floor and how to release the pelvic floor and how to work all the muscles around there that really help make you feel more in control with your core and your pelvic floor so you don't have as many symptoms. Now, the other thing I want to mention, other daily habits to avoid if you want to help your pelvic floor symptoms is number one, don't be straining when you're on the toilet. So this goes along with trying to avoid constipation, making sure that you're not really bearing down and pushing out too much, and avoiding constipation by looking at making sure you're hydrating, enough water in your diet, and also you may need some supplements or making sure that you're getting at least 25 grams of fiber a day. Those all can be very helpful, especially if you're a woman in perimenopause to menopause and beyond, because the excess straining when you're going to the bathroom is going to put extra pressure, especially causing prolapse symptoms to get worse because you're bearing down and pushing. So avoiding that is a key. Also, breathing properly when you're lifting anything heavy like children or anything that you're having to lift if you're doing some housework. You want to make sure that you're exhaling when you're lifting. Doing that will control the pressure around your pelvic floor so you don't have extra pressure on that prolapse, causing your symptoms to get worse. Also, checking your posture, making sure that you're not sitting back on your tailbone too much, especially in the car, at a desk, or on the couch. If you're sitting back on your tailbone too much, it's going to cause these muscles to tense up, and you want to be able to breathe and allow them to let go, so therefore they can support your pelvic organs better. You also want to make sure you're getting daily movement. So that's walking, that's getting up every 15 to 20 minutes. If you do have a desk job, you want to get that daily movement and even counting your steps, trying to increase your steps every week. This also too will help all the muscles around your hips, and when you're staying mobile, you're going to have less issues with your lower back, or even all those muscles are going to kick in and work how they should. They stop working when you're really sedentary. So if you found this video helpful, comment below. Also share with another woman that you think needs to listen to this. I also put that link below the description about my pelvic floor Pilates program, so go check that out. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. We'll see you again soon.